Berkshire Hathaway Home Services sales executives for our video message of the week. All right, this week's message is entitled The 3 Disciplines of Lead Generation. Now, when we think about lead generation, a lot of us think different ways about what we do. And I'm here to tell you that regardless of how you decide to generate your leads, there's a basis foundation of a thought process that really should be the same. And there's 3 components of that thought process, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. The 3 components are time, contacts, and appointments. So let's break this down. What do we mean by time? Well, simply stated, is your schedule. How are you going to fit whatever your system is? You've got to ask yourself, where are you going to fit in the time within your schedule to do your prospecting? That might be sphere of influence, it could be door knocking, it could be cold calling, warm calling, expireds, whatever your motive of operandi is to get leads generated to yourself. Not worried about that here. What you're looking at is what consistent time have you blocked out in your schedule to commit to that lead generation. Secondly, contacts. Well, what are we talking about that? Well, we're talking about understanding that you're looking for qualified leads. All right, so you're going through your scripts, you're going through your questions to make sure it's a qualified lead that you're going to go visit. So contacts talks about this idea of I've got to talk to a certain amount of contacts so I can get enough qualified leads. You know, simply stated, it's a numbers game as you talk about that. Now remember, when we talk about contacts, regardless of, again, the motive or how you intend to contact those people, that's really up to you. And some people like it one way and some people like it another. But the key is here is you understand first you've locked out it in your schedule and now you're looking for qualified leads. How many contacts do I need to connect with? And last, but certainly not least, and in my opinion, very much the most important is how many appointments am I actually going on? How many closing opportunities? Remember, when you're contacting someone, and even if you're evaluating if they're qualified or not, the reality of it is it doesn't happen until you get face to face with that individual and you sit down for that closing opportunity. So a question I always want you to ask yourself is, you know what? How many appointments am I actually going on? I'm doing this other pre-work, I'm scheduling it out, I'm making sure there are qualified leads, so I'm evaluating them. But the reality of it is how many actual appointments am I going on where I'm getting face to face? So what are the 3 in review? Time, making sure it's in my schedule. Contacts, making sure I have a qualified lead. And last but certainly not least, how many actual appointments am I going on? Those are the 3 key disciplines of lead generation. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.